Hi, I'm Callie, and I am building a website builder so that way I can manage all of my Coding with Callie website content in one place without having to do constant redeploys. Professionally, I am a site reliability engineer, but in my evening free time, I like to do full stack development to keep my skills sharp, and a website builder is what I've decided to build. Today, we are going to talk about data lifecycle and how content will be managed on the website builder. Before, we've talked about publishing draft content and what things would look like as you already have pages in your website and you already have different sections and you're just kind of editing, adding details, and publishing. But today, we're going to switch things up a little bit and talk about that initial load. All right. So the idea is when you first deploy the website, nothing will be in the database. All right. So for my MVP, I'm going to make the assumption that the database will have a user in it, and that user will be me with the admin role. All right. So I'll do some sort of script to seed my database in the beginning in that first deploy. But from there, there's not really going to be any data. There's not going to be any pages, and there's not going to be any sections of content on those pages. We need to write code for that. So that's what we're looking at here. When you have when you load codingwithcallie.com and there's no admin pages or sections made yet, you're going to see this coming soon. This website is under construction display. All right. What happened while that page was loading is that the database is automatically going to be seeded with a home page, which you can see right here. So I load the Coding with Callie website for the first time, and the data that gets added into the database is a row in my page table for home at the index path here. Now, I, as the admin, am adding content to it, so that's why this is going to be shown. The homepage is also going to look for onload data within the homepage, and it's going to see, wait, this homepage has no sections, so then it's going to show this component instead. From there, if I were to click on this edit button here, what green is supposed to symbolize, like what I'm clicking on. All right, we will go to the next screen because I'm going to show you what happens each step of the way in terms of UI and data. Quick notes about this, I'm going to have the header and footer hard-coded to be my logo, Coding with Callie, and Connect with Callie, and then my links. All right, but in the future, it would be nice if that was in some sort of like website table or maybe business or owner table, but for the MVP, I'm not worried about that. All right, also this under construction will be shown until you publish the new content. So this will still be shown even if you're editing or working on a draft. All right, and then only an admin will see the edit and add button. If you were not an admin, you would just see the coming soon. All right, so let's pretend we click on edit. What do we want it to look like then? Well, then it's going to load the edit page, which is codingwithcallie.com/edit. Because we're on the home page, it's just /edit, but if you added a page like an about page, it would be /about/edit. I hope that makes sense. At the top of the edit page, you will see page details. You'll see the menu name, right? So eventually there will be a menu here once there's more than one page, but right now there's just a home, but you would see the buttons here like home, about, contact, whatever, on the menu to allow you to navigate to different pages. So this is going to be the name of the page that you would see on the menu. The path is going to be this /route here, and the heading, right now the page doesn't have a heading. If I were to click the edit button on this page here, it would then turn into a form, and I would be able to enter a new menu name and a new heading if I wanted. The path for the homepage is stuck though. A website needs a homepage and it needs that index path there. So you need something on that page. So I'm changing the menu page to welcome, and then I'm adding a heading that's going to be welcome to Coding with Callie, and then clicking this green submit button here. All right. What do we see on the database side of things once I submit this change? Well, now you'll see that the menu name is welcome, the heading is welcome to Coding with Callie. All right. Something to note too is that the create date and the home and the publish date will both be 1/1/25 or whatever date that is created at. For homepage, the create and the publish will always be the same date because we need to have at least one page published for end users. All right, so now that we have the page edited with the correct menu name and heading, we are going to want to add a section to that page. All right, please note that the user view, non-admin view, will still be that under construction page because we're just working on the draft here. So let's say Callie, me, adds a section. There's no change in the data snapshot yet, but the UI does change pretty significantly. Now you can see that it's giving me a form. It's telling me to select the section type, which will be content to begin with, but one day could be something like forms or apps or so on. And then it's going to give me my choice between 3 different types of content sections. This one has an image, heading, and text. This one has an image, heading, and text and a link. And this one just has a heading and text. Let's say I were to select that I wanted a heading, image, and text, and then click the add button section. Let's see what will happen to my data. Well, my page doesn't change. I'm still welcome on the welcome menu name page, the home page, and my heading is still welcome to Coding with Callie. I still have not modified. We haven't republished, okay? We're still on the original construction, but in the database, that's the data we have. And now we have a row in our section table. Our section table has the page ID, so that way you can see what page owns this section, which is 1. The type of section is content. The order is 1, meaning it's going to be first in the list. And then, oops, I always do that. I just got a new mouse. It's going to add default placeholder draft data in there because all I'm doing is saying, hey, I'd like this type of section, add it to the data, add it, right? I'm not actually doing any input here. There's no form. It's just default data. All right. And I won't be able to publish at this point because I don't want to publish default placeholder data. So this button's going to be locked down at this point. All right, so I add the section. Now this is what my edit page looks like here. I have my page details up top. I have my section here, and then from there I can click on edit in order to actually edit the data. All right, thank you all for watching. I hope this gives a little bit more information about my MVP, and we're getting really close to starting to code, and I'm excited to code and show you guys what I'm working on.